Hi James, everyone at Premier Movers. I felt our video didn't necessarily do you justice. Obviously it was after a couple of very busy days. There's a few points I actually wanted to say that I think hopefully will help. Just some things around why we chose Premier Movers and actually having reflected on sort of the couple of days this week, some thoughts around it. First of all, it was all done through a virtual tour. So, I took James around my house on WhatsApp video, which I feel like is sort of really moving within the current day and age. So he could see everything that we had, everything we needed to move. It didn't necessarily mean that we had to wait in for hours on end for someone to come around and have a look round and all those sorts of things. So that was really seamless. So it was all done without actually physically meeting anyone. The price was very, very competitive in comparison to what we had previously. I can't imagine the other quote that we had. And luckily they were too busy to take us the week that we were moving. So that's why we reached out to Premier. This other company was recommended to us, but actually Premier price-wise blew them out of the water. And I can't imagine this other company would have offered anything over and above what we already had, other than a list of optional extras, which was as long as your arm and completely unnecessary. So the fact that Premier Mover just kept everything all in was fantastic. Overall, it was a hugely personal service. Felt like it was, just a bunch of mates getting the job done. They all had good banter with each other. It was fantastic. I had a call the day before just to sort of, because you always have that little worry that, are they going to come? Are they not going to come? But they called me the day before saying, yep, all ready to come. They'll give you a call when they're coming tomorrow morning. So they called on the way on Tuesday, said we're about half an hour away. Perfect. Did exactly the same on Wednesday. Give us a call as and when they're leaving the yard. So that was really good. Nothing was too much trouble for the lads. They asked where they wanted everything. Do you want this? Do you want that? Are you sure you want to take that? One guy even reconfigured our lounge sofa. We had a corner sofa and we sort of said, pop it like that. He's like, actually, if you take the corner bit out, you can have a 4-seater sofa. And actually, we've kept it like that. So fantastic. That sort of really give you that personal touch. They're all a good laugh. I like a good laugh. We all had a good laugh, which I think hugely helps. They're all exceptionally polite. Despite constantly telling them they didn't need to worry. They constantly asked to use the bathroom where they can fill their water bottles, stuff like that. Just crack on. But, they were so polite, always asked. And ultimately just sort of made a very stressful experience much less so. It was Monday of this week. We had nothing packed, which felt very strange. We'd been to see this house that we're moving into and everything was all packed up and all that sort of stuff. We're like, oh God, we haven't packed anything. But having the packing service as well it's worth its weight in gold. On Monday, as I say, nothing was packed. We had all the lights down and things like that. And then Tuesday, they absolutely turboed our house, packed everything excellently with great materials, brand new boxes, paper, all that sort of stuff. Put most of our stuff in the wagon on the Tuesday. And then they were done and dusted by 5 o'clock on the Wednesday, completely moved in, all done, seamless. Fantastic. Couldn't recommend these guys enough. Thank you.